I have been putting off doing this video for a while because the subject, the topic is very personal to me, but I'm going to put it out there and I'll see how I feel about it being out there. I might take it off, but for now I think it will benefit other people out there. Basically, in my mind, I lost my sister. That's how it happened. I lost someone. I lost like a family member. I am adopted. As I have my adoption series, you can see more videos about that. So this video is about my sister, Alicia, and how I lost her. So when I was 3 or 4, my parents, I remember we were in the car, I was in the back seat probably playing on something, and my parents said to me, Izzy, would you like a little brother or sister? And I was like, yeah, sure, because, you know, you want someone else to play with. And I remember when I was 5, my parents were like, oh, you're going to have a baby sister. And I remember being tremendously happy, but at the same time, I was like, oh no, she's going to take my toys. Because she's a girl, actually, in my mind as a 5-year-old, I was like, is she going to be prettier than me? Oh wait, if she's prettier than me, maybe I'll be more clever than her. Yeah, so I was like, oh, maybe she'll mess up my makeup, even though I didn't have makeup then. Like, I was just thinking of all the games we could play. I could teach her how to do a cartwheel, how to skip. We could play mummies and daddies together, you know, games that you play together. And I just, you know, when you build up this thing in your mind, or you build up that babe, like maybe that you're going to have a baby, you build up, I guess my parents are building up another daughter that they were going to have, and then you start preparing the room for them, you start buying some clothes, you start, I don't know, making a welcome card for them, things like that. So I remember getting myself mentally ready, like obviously at 5 I didn't know that I was mentally preparing myself, but that's what I was doing. I was going over games, I was going over... this is why I didn't want to make this video. So, yeah, I was going over all these games that we do together. Like maybe we'd have like our own, you know, like I used to do lots of clap games at that age. So I was going to teach her how to do that. I was going to have a little sister, and I was going to call her Ali because her name was going to be Alicia. So I would call her Ali or Alicia or Sia, whatever she wanted to be called. Yeah. So I remember going to school, I remember telling, oh for fuck's sake, 1 second. I remember going to school, I remember telling all of my friends that I was getting a little sister. I remember telling everybody, and my parents were telling everyone as well, because when I was being adopted, they kept it very hush-hush, just in case something happened. But because they had such a good, like, I don't know, I came and, you know, that was that, they just expected it again, and maybe they were just too excited this time, and they wanted to make up for last time for not telling people. So we told everyone, and then, I don't remember, I do, bear with me, and then I remember, like, one day I was in the house, it felt different, the house felt different, and then my mum was upset. I think she was crying, or she was very upset, and my dad was just quiet, because that's how he goes. And I was like, oh, what's wrong? And my mum maybe like pulled me to the side, and she said, Izzy, you know, you were going to have a little sister. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, well, she can't come anymore. And I didn't quite understand. And I was like, why can't she come? Like, you know, isn't she ready, or hasn't she been born yet? Or I think I was asking lots of questions. And I don't know what happened, but these things do happen with adoption. She got adopted to another family in England, and they called her Charlotte. So my little sister, Alicia, wasn't coming anymore. I told all my friends, and she was now called Charlotte. Yeah. For fuck's sake. And she was now called Charlotte, and she was with other people, and she was never going to know us, and I would never get to be her big sister. So I remember, like, at the time, like, I'm upset now, but at the time, I don't remember feeling anything. Because, like, when I was younger, I was a lot emotionally stronger, oddly enough. And I don't remember feeling anything. I just remember my parents being upset, my mum crying, and all my friends at school asking me, where's your sister? When's she coming? Me. And I had to answer all these questions. But I was upset by it, but I don't remember crying over it at the time. But I think that could happen with a lot of things, like a lot of things that are going to have a big emotional impact on you, or that are supposed to, doesn't happen at the time. It comes out years later. Yeah, they're called a Charlotte, and so if you're watching this video and you were adopted about, I don't know, 22, 24 something years ago, or something like that, and your name is Charlotte, then you were meant to be my little sister, but you weren't. But it's okay, because I, after that, got a little brother, and I will tell you about that in my next video, because I guess that's a bit of a happier story. So like I said, that is very personal to me. That story is so personal to me. But I thought I would share it and see if it benefits anyone. I'll just see, and I might take the video off. I don't know yet. But if you can relate to this, if this has happened to you, if you were meant to be adopting a baby and then that baby didn't come, or if you were meant to get a little sister or brother and then they didn't come, or, you know, something like that, we have something in common. Thank you for listening. I hope you not enjoyed the video, because it's not a very nice story, but, you know. Anyhow, my name is Izzy. You're watching my channel called Popping Info at You. If you'd like to see more, you can subscribe on the button below, and I will see you next time. Bye.